to another session of CCS Minis where we are looking at the parables. Now, can anyone remember what a parable means? Yes, it was a story that Jesus shared when he saw a learning opportunity. And we ourselves can still learn from those stories to help us live a life that puts a smile on God's face. We are going to play a game, one of my favorites, which is called Corners. Okay, so I want you to number the corners in your room of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm gonna do with my room, is go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a 5-second countdown, and you either have to run to that corner or point to that corner. And then I will call a number out, and if it so happens to be the corner that you're either standing in or pointing at, then you'll need to do 5 star jumps. But I think that you can do that. Okay, so number your corners now. Well done. Okay, so I am going to give you 5 seconds to run to your corner. I'll point to your corner. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. If you are in corner number 4, you need to do 5 star jumps. Sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Well done, everyone. Okay, back in the middle. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're in your corner. Which one am I going to say? I'm going to say corner number 2. If you're in corner number 2, you need to do 5 star jumps. Well done for everyone else. Okay, that's still in. It's amazing. Okay, here we go. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In your corner. I'm going to go with corner number 2. See whether any of you caught me out, or I was trying to catch you out. Okay, if you were in corner number 2, you need to do 5 star jumps. Well done, everyone, for doing this. Okay, keep going. This is our last and final one. Okay, so corner number 1, 2, 3, 4 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. If you are in corner number 3, you need to give me 5 star jumps. Well done, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause and a pat on the back. And we've started to get warmed up, so let's continue. If you can, stand up and join in with our warm-up video. have a question for you that I want you to think about and ponder upon, which is, if you could have loads and loads of money, what would you do? okay, you have loads and loads of money, what would you do? Okay, have a discussion with the people in the room around you. Now we've got thinking a little bit. Okay, so we've warmed up our bodies and we've slightly warmed up our minds. But I think it is a time to get our thinking caps. So you will need to find a cap in your house or a hat. If you don't have one, don't worry, you can do an action which we'll show you. But here is your thinking cap countdown. So I have my thinking cap ready and I wonder whether you do too. So the actions that go with this is I've got my thinking cap on, my listening ears ready and my heart open to Jesus. Okay, let's do that all together. I've got my thinking cap on, my listening ears ready and my heart open to Jesus. Now, let's listen to the parable that Jesus taught for us today. So we are going to be looking at the story of the Prodigal Son. And we're going to be reading it from this Bible, which is called the Beginner's Bible. So if you're thinking, I don't have one, this is a really good one to get, okay? So I'm gonna get all my different hats for all my different characters. But during the story, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause and think about how that person may be feeling. And we're gonna show how we think they may be feeling by doing silly faces. Okay, so for example, if you were really happy, what face would you make? It'd be a big smile, wouldn't it? Jeez. If you were very sad, what do you think you'd do? If you were annoyed. All those things, okay? So we will stop and you will do those little nuggets of emotions, okay? So are we sitting comfortably? So Jesus told another parable about God's love. Said there was a man who had 2 sons and he owned a really, really big farm. Let's pause. How would you feel if you owned a really, really big farm? Show me your face now. Well done. His youngest son did not want to work anymore. He wanted to travel and have fun. And he went to his father and said, can I have the share of the family's money? How do you think the son would be feeling? And how do you think the father would be feeling? Okay, show me your faces. Well done. The son got the money. He packed up his things and he left. He couldn't wait to see the world. How do you think the son was feeling? Very excited, I think. Okay, but his family was so sad to see him go. So what face would we make for that if they were really sad? Well done. At first, he had loads of fun spending the money. He bought expensive clothes and he ate fancy food. But soon all the money was gone. If you were the son, how would you be feeling? Show me your faces. Well done. He had to go and work with the pigs. He was so hungry that even the pigs' food looked good. The son wanted to go back home. What face would we make now? How do you think the son would be feeling? Well done. He said, I will tell my father I'm sorry for all that I have done. I do not deserve to be called your son. But maybe he will let me work for him. Now, how do you think the son is feeling now? Show me your faces. Well done. The father saw his son coming down the road. His eyes filled with tears as he ran to greet him. How do you think the father was feeling? Show me your faces. Well done. The son said, please, Father, forgive me. That night they had a big party and the father exclaimed, my son was lost, but now he's found. So I wonder how you think the father was feeling and how you think the son was feeling. Show me your faces. Amazing. Well done. Jesus explained this story. Said God is like this father. He is full of love and joy and hope when people who are lost come back to him. Wow, what an amazing story that Jesus taught there that we can get so much from. So I have my thinking cap on, my listening ears ready, and my heart open to Jesus. Now, one of the emotions that I think the Father had was hope. And hope means that you're hoping that something good is going to happen, wanting a wish to come true. And the Father's hope was that the Son would come back home. In the parable of the lost sheep, we saw that the shepherd was God, wasn't it? That was what Jesus was teaching us about, that learning opportunity, and that we are the sheep. Now, in this story, the Father is God and we are his sons. But there are two sons in this story. You might not hear the second one in that story, but in the Bible, there's two sons. The first son makes a decision to go his own way. And the second son decides to stay with his father. The father always had hope that his son would return. God always hopes that anyone that goes their own way will come back to him. Meaning that anyone who decides to make decisions that don't put a smile on God's face will make the decision to come back to God. And he's waiting with his arms open wide. God is a God of hope, and he always hopes for us to come running back into his arms. Now we're going to finish our session by praying all together. And prayer is just chatting to God. And at the end of a prayer, I say a funny word, which is amen, which means I agree, well done. So I'm going to close my eyes so I don't get distracted by what's happening in the room, and let's chat to God. God, I thank you that you are amazing. I thank you that you are awesome. And I thank you that you are a God of hope. That your arms are stretched out wide so that we can run into them and you can give us a big hug to show us of the love that you have for us. Amen. Now, it's been great having you with us today, and let's see what the next parable is and what we can learn from it. So until then, I will see you very, very soon. Bye.